right, howdy everybody. Welcome in. It is John from Pro Craps here on Casino Gaming TV's House Edge Live for the time being. As you know, that's probably going to change soon. So, anyway, happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's get to it here. We'll start out with my normal rant and rave about the bridge. I know that some people love this and some people hate this, and I really don't care. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again today, and I'll come back to this live here in a second. But you've got to filter everything you see through this lens. I can't say it any more clearly than that, right? There's a lot of shitty stuff out there on YouTube. A lot of great stuff out there on YouTube, right? You got to say to yourself when you're watching shows, would I play that? Can I afford to play that? Do I like that? Is it interesting, right? But remember to run it all through your actual bankroll. Like, could I do this with my bankroll, right? And your personal bankroll does determine what you can play, right? Like Skill and Luck says, the best line I can ever repeat is, what is your bankroll capable of? Okay, if you've got $150 like Bone Thrower does, it's not capable of what he's fucking teaching you. And that's why I called him bullshit yesterday. I know people who play with him. Guy walks in there with $164 and wants to teach you how to play with 160 across. That's not reality, right? That's not reality. Know who you're getting your information from. Run it through this. Do they care about your bankroll? Do they care about your risk? Do they care about how you identify opportunity? Are they teaching you anything about discipline, about goals, about keeping yourself in check, right? All these things, guys, are critically important. I mean, and I'm talking about critically important. If you don't really understand the way it all fits together, your bankroll, your risk, your strategy, all of it has to fit for you to have an okay session and have any chance at all, right, of coming out close or ahead. You cannot be taking advice from people who claim to do XYZ and never do it. I know people who play with Bone Thrower. I know people who've seen Jimmy play live, does not play and buy in for $15,000 and bet $100 chips on, and bet the wrong amounts, by the way, on the numbers, right? These people who are telling you shit do not play the way they tell you to. You cannot, you can ask anybody in my circle of friends, anybody on YouTube that's played with me, how do I play? I play exactly like you see here. I buy in for what I say I buy in for. I play the way I play. I shoot the way I shoot. No bullshit out of this mouth, right? That's why I'm protective of you guys. Like, beware of who you're watching and be careful of what you're listening to. You got to run everything through the bullshit filter. I'm sorry to say it like that, but that's just the truth. And you got to be careful about things, right? I choose to get my information from people who started YouTube channels for the right reasons, to teach, right? To impart some wisdom, right? To help you through it. Not somebody who started a YouTube channel for the sole purpose of getting views and the sole purpose of making money so they can go gamble with that money. That, to me, is a person I don't want to deal with. And I'm talking about directly Bone Thrower. I'm talking about Jimmy. I'm talking about some other people you know that have done exactly that. There's a lot of channels out there that are literally there for the views, for the money. They can burn that money at the casinos, right? That's, to me, a horseshit way of going through life. So I don't respect it. I'm sorry, I just don't, right? Anyway, there we go. That's me. That's just me mad on a Tuesday. Roulette Master, yes, this is true, Biff, by the way. I realize I'm on a weird screen here for this, but that is 100% true. The quad zero roulettes right now are limited to the ETGs with the bubble on top. That's the quads. A lot of the triples are also there on, and the thing with the quads is, and I guess talking to Alex and David, the quads are, and what they're going to start doing, by the way, is this. Here's where roulette's going, just so you know. Roulette's going to go to no more dealer spinning. Why? Because dealers can actually pocket drop, right? They're going to stop the dealer spinning. They're going to have the what do you call it? The bubble on top of the machine. Dealers will press a button to launch the ball. Now they're going to launch two balls. So you're going to have like the ETGs on the live tables. You're going to have the regular ball plus the golden ball. So the 4 zeros are there to screw the regular ball people. The golden ball is going to do something else with side bets. That's where roulette's headed now. It's going to no longer be the game we used to know. It's going to be a whole different thing. And so strategists like Roulette Master, like myself eventually here, are going to have to figure out ways to either attack that game or just tell y'all never to play it again. It's going in a weird direction now. And I think you're going to see A lot more of the quad zero plus a side bet to sort of offset it, kind of a thing. But I don't know yet. But yeah, so far quads are just ETGs, but it's going to become the real thing pretty soon. I think what's going to happen, and this is just me, and I'll talk to David about this at Craps for the Cure. Part of our conversation is going to be about the death of Las Vegas, and really what they're doing to the gamblers. And to me, it comes in a lot of forms, right? The death of that town is. I noticed it probably. God, how old was Zach? Zach was 15. So my son's 26 now, right? When he's 26, yeah, 26 this year. When he was 15, we played a tournament in Vegas, and I remember we stayed at South Point, and we drove into town, and we went to, I don't know where the hell we went to the Mandalay or something, and I remember pulling in and them and having to get a ticket for the parking lot. Like they're charging for parking, right? This is not 10 years ago, right? Like how the hell are they charging for parking here, right? Like that's crazy. All of a sudden, everybody's charging for parking. Like valet's not free. The forced tip on the bill that's not even going to the waiters. All this bullshit that they're nickel and diming you to death. Then we started seeing the table games change. You started seeing 15-4-1 instead of 15-2-1, slight change on the craps table. You started seeing more 6-5 instead of 3-2. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a career blackjack player. I didn't even notice the 6-5 thing. Honestly, I was playing blackjack. I didn't even pay attention to it when I first started like playing again. And I went, wait a minute, that's a screw job. And I'm like, oh my God. And then you start looking around the casino and everything's a screw job. Everything is a slight worse screw job than it used to be. That town's going to eat itself, right? The 3-0 roulette, the 4-0 roulette, they're going to eat themselves eventually. And I think it's going to come back. I think the gamblers are going to revolt. David's talking about what he's calling a players union, right? You'll hear him talk about, if you haven't heard him talk about it yet, listen to him talk about the players union. Not we're going to unionize, but the players can rise up and just stop. We're not playing your bullshit games. We're going to be on with Casino Quest and with me on this educational track of like, don't give extra money to the bullshit, which is what they're doing to us. So we got to stop doing that. So the players have got to rise up at some point and just stop. Like, don't do it. Vegas has become not a gambler's destination anymore. Vegas is becoming a family vacation destination, not a gambler's haven. They'll find out at some point that they F A and they are going to FO here in a little bit when all this settles down, because even when the economy resettles, people will not be coming back. This is what it is. All right. No PSO says, so far the only one who bought the Axis Craps, the gargoyle thought is not working. Let me go. Yes, I will show you right now. Let me do it right now. Let me go to the browser. Let's just do this real quick. And let's see if I go to, give me a second here. Let's make sure we can get there. So if we go to, or if I go to crapsforthecure.com, if it's broken, I got to fix it right away. I don't have enough room for the button up here. So I'm going to go to just pick any one of these things, either events, paper training, high impact, all these go to the same place, right? We go to paper training. And if I come here and I go to Craps for the Cure's homepage and I can find the felts for gargoyle down in here, this should allow you to buy the felt. Now, is it not letting you do it? What's happening here? One piece, 0 tickets sold. Because why? Oh, you know what? Maybe I got the date wrong. Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Let me go check something real quick. I'm gonna turn this off while I log into the back. Give me a second here. I'm gonna log back in. Oh my God. Let me go fix it. Right, real time programming. Here we go. Dashboard. I'm gonna go to the dashboard and check. I might have had the date on that thing set. Hold on a second. The iconic felt to manage started on August 25th. No end date. It should be. In order to receive, got to set the date of the draw. I didn't set the drawing date. Oh, God, what a dumb. Okay, hold on. Drawing 1 is going to be on September 14th at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Now, if I save this should actually work. I save that. We go back. There we go. Okay, let me go back again. You should be able to see it now. Can you see it now? There's a button here, enter to win. Now you can enter to win. So my fault. I didn't put an end date on it. So it's my fault. Now you can bid on the thing. I'll try and find a way to fit another button up here. The problem is when you have 4 buttons up here, it's not that it's bad here, but I got to do some work because when you go down to like the phone size, they start getting goofy. I gotta fix that. That's just a problem for me to fix. So, all right. Thank you for the update. And apologies on that. I'll go ahead and make some do some coding today and fix that page. Good call. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice it. So good QA there. Appreciate you. Gary says Vegas is in a death spiral and they sold their properties to hedge funds and lease the. Yes, 100%. Right. And don't forget, like the casinos. Like this is why I love cruise shipping. Cruise shipping is great because it all goes into one thing, right? You earn a free cruise, right? It's all inclusive. You get your food, right? You play craps for a couple nights and you earn your points for the next cruise. All your food's coming. Everything is there, right? In Vegas, you can't even get a freaking buffet. And the reason is because the casinos don't own the restaurants. The restaurants are leased from these big chefs from the casinos, right? The casinos don't have power over giving you a Gordon Ramsay dinner. They just don't anymore, right? The weird relationships have just changed. It's just it's terrible. It's an unbelievable situation, but it will come back. Vegas will come back. They will realize where their bread's buttered, and it will come back. I promise you, it'll come back. So, anyway, Craps for the Cure. We just saw the website. Go there. Tickets to $100. Get your sexy wristband, your Craps for the Cure wristband. Right? You can fund the dogs, and I talked to somebody yesterday who actually purchased a bunch of dog stuff, which is great. So get in there and get your dog supplies purchased for the guys. And of course you can sponsor, make the big ticket items, whatever you want to do. Here's our funding so far. We're almost $3,000. I'd love to get to 5 or 10 by next Thursday. But I want to leave here at least with $5,000 in the bank, right? Let's leave here with 10% of our goal hit before we start. That would be an amazing way to get started. All right. The regular show now needs to start. We talked yesterday about renaming the channel. I've been talking to some of my friends, and I think we like this name the best. Casino Gaming Academy seems to fit best. Not University didn't sound right. Didn't really roll right. CGA sounds great. It fits in with Casino Gaming TV and the Casino Gaming Academy. I think there's a really good synergy between those two names, right? One is where we teach. One is where we, fart around, which is great. And that's how I'm going to try and segment things, right? On the Casino Gaming TV channel, this one, Friday Night Fights, the fantasy craps, just if we do crapsy-ish kind of things with other games too, I may do some live play along with me kind of stuff. That'll be over here. This is a great name for it. This is a great place for all this live play, essentially, right? Casino Gaming Academy will be House Edge Live, this show, the daily paycheck that I'll be running, just John's show. John trying to make a paycheck in every game, right? I'll do cocktails or coffee and crafts, and we'll do, of course, our gambling school type of stuff. That's how it's going to be. That's not the final logo. That was ChatGPT helping me out. I'm going to give this logo idea to my guy, who does much better work than ChatGPT can do, or that I can do in Canva, and get a proper logo made. Something like the CGTV logos. Like those logos are pretty stout. They're like the nice gold leaf ones. That's the plan. So I'm going to work on that over the next week or so while we're getting ready for the event. When I come back from the event is when this split's going to happen. So, oh no, Louis, we've got to get that out of get that earworm out of your head. And there's another guy, right, who claims to be the man. Guy buys in for $164 too. Like I know people who play with him, and he buys in for $200 and is scared to bet, but he's teaching you how to be a fucking pro. Like these guys drive me crazy. Like at least you can think I'm full of shit all you want to, and a lot of people do think I'm full of shit, but I do play the way I say. I do buy in for what I say I buy in for. Today we're going to buy in for $1,000, right? I don't normally do that, right? But sometimes I will. But honestly, that's about the stretch for John right there. And when I'm doing 1,000, I'm sweating, right? And I'm perfectly honest about that, right? I'm not going to sit out here and tell you some BS about how I play and what the magic formula is. I'm just not going to do it. Be careful. Please be careful out there with what's going on. And tell your friends who are watching. You say, hey, go to YouTube and watch craps. You can play with me. Like I've told friends that. Go to YouTube and watch some crap stuff. I got some, but watch some other ones. People find the wrong stuff because the clickbait titles get them to the wrong channels. YouTube's algorithm does not want to help you. It wants to help YouTube. All right, there you go. All right, let's do it. Let's go to my table. Let's go play. And I have this interesting thing I want to talk about today. And it's not like any kind of math-based thing necessarily. And I haven't even asserted what I'm going to say yet. So let's pretend that this is going to work. I watched a channel. It was a roulette channel the other day, and he was talking about the ladder systems, right? And there's been a lot of talk within our group, all of us, right, about ladders and how to play a ladder the right way. And Dr. S, never go without a ladder. Waylon, of course, is ladder guy, right? So let's look at a ladder. And this guy said, and his quote was, I see people playing ladders, but they play them wrong. The right way to play a ladder is to start high. Here's what he's saying. I'm going to get some white chips out here. We're just going to do a little tiny example with white chips first, okay? You start out at a 1 unit bet, okay? A one, and it's hard to see, I know, but it's a 1 unit bet. Doesn't matter where I put it. 1 unit bet, and it wins. Waylon says, well, same bet, right? To take the money back, right? And okay, wins again. Cool, same bet. And it wins again. Great. So you got 3 wins, right? At the base level. Waylon says, go to the base level and same bet, right? All the time. 3 units and 3 wins. This guy says, I want you to start your ladder at 4 or 5 times what your unit is. Okay? So we started at 4. Start at level 4. Don't start at level 1. Now check the difference out. Okay? If you happen to win, let's just pretend we win. We started with 4 units here, right? We happen to win at 4. You can go down the ladder now. You can now go down to 3, which is interesting. You can actually go down the ladder when you start a little higher. It's a little regression, right? You win 3, you can go down the ladder. You win 2, you can go down the ladder. And if you ever get to the last rung of your ladder, guess where you are, right? You started out with 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of winning 3 units, you win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus units. If you start the ladder a little higher and and you have a place to go. He's like, you got to have a place to go when you're winning. And if you ever get to the bottom rung, that's when you stop playing, which is interesting. I've never heard anybody really talk about it like that before. Most people just say start and build up. So I thought we'd play around with that some. And I think no matter what happens, if you start at 4 and you lose 4 and you go to 5, right? Let's say 4, there's 5, we lose 5. Let's say we then go to 6, right? We're level 3 of our ladder, we go to 6. What happens? Remember, you start out with 4 units, right? 4 units. There it is. What happens when you start, if you lose twice and then you win, and you work your way back down the ladder again? Well, you win 6, you go down to 5, right? Here's 5, you win 5, you go down to 4. Again, you're going to work your way down to 1. You win 4, you're down to 3. You win 3, I need to get different chips now. You're down to 2. You win 2, and you're down to 1, and that's when you stop. When you get down to the base, you can maybe even take the win to the base. You can stop at base, right? Where are we? We start out with 4, right? That's a pretty stout little win right there. If you can work your way back down the ladder, right? You went from 4. Let's put our money back. We went 4, and there's our 5. That was our initial loss. Whoops. And our second level loss. And we end up with 4, 8, 12. 4 stacks of 4, 5 stacks of 4 in the end. It's interesting, right? I think the win potential is better if you can find a way to regress in your ladder. So we're going to play a ladder today on the pass line, simple little pass line ladder, because it doesn't matter what we do. We can actually do it in the field if you want to. And here's my money, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. We're going to go up a unit. Our unit is a quarter. We start with a 4 unit bet. We're going to go up 1 unit on a loss. Not 4, up 1. Go from 4 to 5. We're going to start at level 4 from a 1 unit bet. That way we can regress down. Let's just see how it works. This may be stupid, but I thought it'd be interesting to see how this guy's theory would play out. All right, let's just play it out with the goal being to get down to level 1 if we can. At the very least, reset our rack, but try to get to level 1 if we can. And I can do it with the field, or I can do it with the pass line. Either way, not that it's the same, but it's close-ish. The field will give us a faster set of returns, right? We can watch it happen faster. Let's do a field run first, and then I'll do a pass line run second. Flat betting only, no odds here. Here we go. All right, we're going to grab a 7th. We're going to lose 4. This is going to go really fast. We're going to go level 2, which is 5 units. Any kind of field ladder, you might want to just buckle up, Buttercup. Right, all right. There is. Let's go here. I'm going to take these other greens out of here. All right, there's a 5-unit win, and we're going to go back down the ladder, back down to 4. So I'm going to put my 5 back in the rack, and 1 towards the thing. This again, your rack tells you where you are. All right, there's an 11. That's awesome, right? We get a 4-unit win here. Go down the ladder to 3. There's my 4. That's now profit. So I've already gotten to 5 units in profit. And what Dr. S is saying here, reset at a new session high, clear the rules and start going up and down. So you can reset your rack at a new session high and then make that your new goal, right? Let's just play it straight up and work through it here, okay? Now we're down to level 3. I'm going to try and get down to 1 if I can, right? There's an 8. We lose the 3, right? So we go 3, 4. Always up and down 1 unit from where you currently are. There's a 4-unit bet. Let's go. I'm doing the field skill just for expedience because I don't want to be here until 9 o'clock, right? I'm only doing it because I want to go fast. That was a 4. Here's a 5. 7. Okay. Ooh. Then we go to 6 units. That's 6. I can go place bets next for sure. Oh, look at that. We lost it. We lost level 5. Wow. 2, 4, 6. 6-unit bet, right? Yep. All right. No, this is level 7. Sorry. 7. All right. There's a 10. That's good. We'll come down a level. So that should be 9, 8. This needs to be 7. There's 5, 6, 7. Get a little field run here, huh? Yeah, I'll show it at place bets next because it's cool. There's an 11. That's great. That would be a 6-unit win. Come down to level 5. There's 9, 8, 7. There's 6. There's 4. Ah, 7. That's a 5-unit loss. It's a bummer. We were on a nice little run there. Go to 6. This is where I hate ladder. I hate bouncing back and forth between them. 9. Okay, cool. We'll go down the ladder. There's a 3, 9, 8, 7, 6. There's our 5. We're actually, if you look at it, we're a unit in profit right now. Believe it or not, we've actually come back to a full unit in profit, which is cool. I'd like a couple more in a row here, huh? A couple more in a row? Ah, freaking field, man. The freaking field. 5, 6. 8. Ugh. 5, 6, 7. That's a 10. All right. It's going to be 3, 6, 7. Go down to 6. 7. That's 6. Okay. Can't get the rhythm or the multiples in a row that we need, right? There's another back to 7 again. Another 7. Eesh. Down goes Frazier, right? 6, 8. Here's 4 and 4. Another 8. Oh boy. Last one. That's a 9-unit right there in the back. We'll just take the 9. We know it's 9. Come on. Come on, field. Do your thing. 4. Thank you. 3. Whew. We'll put our 9 back. Yikes. We'll go down to 8. Yeah, right. Need a 2 or a 12. Somewhere I need to help. 5. Back to 9 again. God, ladders. I'm telling you, ladders are amazing, and ladders also are the disaster. There it is. That's going to be the end of it. We can only do here. Can't go up anymore. And there's your end. So that's $1,000 in the tank. All right, let's do it again at the place bets because I think the place bets are, like Skill says, a better than the field, right? There's 9. There's 8. There's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 6, 5, and 4. Okay, there's our money back. Okay, now we need to pick a number. Doesn't matter what number it is. Okay, we're gonna ladder up a number. We can do the 5 or the 9 or the 4 or the 10. It doesn't really matter which one we do. I'm not gonna do the 6 or 8 because I don't want to deal with nickels. Okay, so we can start 5 or 9 at $100. Doesn't matter which. We'll pick one number only. We're gonna ladder up one number. If you want to do two numbers, you need $1,000 for each of them. Skill wants the 8, of course, but I'm not gonna deal with nickels. Do I have to deal with nickels, really? You're gonna make me do it, aren't you? I'm not doing it. I'll do the 5. All right, we'll do the 5. Let's do the 5. I don't want to deal with the reds until we start winning some. All right, 5 for $100. We're gonna go from 100 to 75 to whatever, and we're gonna just work the puck. We're just gonna work all the time. Work it the whole time. So all we care about are 5s and 7s. There's our midnight. Whatever, right? Whatever. There's a 10. Watch 11 fields in a row. Look at that, 3 fields in a row. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? 4 fields in a row when I'm not on it. Oh my God. You gotta love craps. You gotta love craps. Oh yeah, yay. There's a 7. Okay, so we're down. We'll go to a 5-unit bet. And there's a 5. That's great. So 125 pays 175. So there's $175. And we go down to 100. Okay. And again, up in here, this looks like back to 5. The front one's going to try and get back to 4. And here we go. And actually, we're up 3 units. Ta-da! But here we are. That's a 9. That's another midnight. 6. 11. Another 6. Another 5. That's great. It's going to pay 125, 140. Booyah. And down to 3. So here comes the magic, right? Our rack is right. I've got 75, 125, and change in profit. I'm still working my way down. If I lose here, I have enough profit chips to go back up the ladder. I could also be satisfied and call it. But let's try and get ourselves down just for funsies. But I think this idea of starting a little higher is actually kind of cool. Like I like being able to regress into my bet, into my goal. That's really kind of cool. 10. Come on, 5. Hey, look at that. Woo! Let's do 100 for 10. That's $90 win. $100 for 10. Go down to 2 units. Okay, and now I've got 100. 250 bucks in profit on that damn 5. How about that? Actually, 300 bucks in profit. If I take this back, let's work it. Let's work it down. Waylon's Way Craps with Alicia. Good morning, folks. We're on a hell of a run here. All the 5s, baby. All the 5s. All the 5s. 8. Come on. 11, yo. 7. All right, we lost that, which is fine. You won 250, right? Now, in my world, this is what happens, right? That becomes lock, go home, bye-bye profit. This becomes excess money. You talk about the envelope system, right? There's your starting bankroll. There's 200 bucks in profit, 20%, and off to the races we go, right? That exactly right then. Go home, or just, like I said, just dump this out here and give this 2 shots, right? This to me, right here, becomes this. Right, this goes down to the pass. I might even put 30 bucks, $5 for the dealers on the pass line, right? And keep this here, right? Let's take a new shooter, right? Point will be 6. New shooter, make the point 6. 90, right, Dr. S? That's It's a 5. This is my money over here. I didn't pay it 105, did I? No, I didn't pay 140. I paid the $100 140. The 75, I think I paid 9. I think I paid it right. If I did it wrong, let me know. If I was wrong, you can rewind it, let me know. I can fix that. Oh, you know, I did 100 for 10. That's what I did. I paid 100 for 10. I paid 90. I dropped 10. I did 100 for 10. That's why you might sound weird to you. 6. All right, so check it out. We're gonna get paid right here, right? 1, 3, 2, 4. The dealers get a little parlay chance. I'm going 1, 3, 2, 4 with my excess. Can we come out 7? We lost it all. That's all right. We took a shot at it, right? That to me is a great home run shot. Like after you take your excess play, go for a little pass line parlay, turn 1 into 10, and be done, right? 105. You're right. What was I doing? What did I say? 75 paid 90? What a dumbass. Yeah. All right. I owe myself more money. Been a while. All right. Let me go back to the other screen. Let's go back. I think I had the 6 and 8 in my head for some reason. That's why I was thinking that. All right. Let's go back over here. Bam. All right. I'm back. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. Starting the ladder at level 4. And so you can come down if you start winning right away. I like that. That little regression there really helps, especially if you win the first bet, right? You start at 4 and you win the first bet, you're putting your money back plus a unit in profit, plus you're playing with 3 right away. You start out in a good profit with a good bet out there, and then you can kind of work from there. It's actually super cool. Nice Jimmy moment. Yeah, speaking of Jimmy, right? That's actually a neat way of looking at the ladder. I don't know long-term how it plays out. I'm actually going to try and code it up a little bit and see, like, what does it look like to go regular ladder, same betting at the bottom versus starting at 4 and working down so you have movement in there. It does make you go higher quicker, obviously, because you're starting higher, right? But I think the potential and having that target of, like, once I get to level 1, I'm done. Like, that's an easy, obvious time to be out of there. So anyway, I think it's interesting. So I thought I would show it to you today and just kind of give you a first look at it. I know the field's stupid, but I wanted to get it done fast. The 5 crushed it today, which is really kind of cool. All right, I'm out of here, guys. You have a good rest of your Tuesday. I got to get to work. Tomorrow, by the way, let me make sure there's no questions. Before I leave, are there any unanswered questions? There is one. Oh, the desk spot, we already talked about that. How about a PC question? Anything for PCs? So far, the only one to have bought. Yeah, so that's fixed now. Thanks for that. Okay, that's all the questions and comments today. I am going to run. I'm going to give you your final little preview. What's going on there for tomorrow? Tomorrow, Skill and Luck's going to join me live. We're going to have him on the show. He's going to show you the Mustang. He's going to tell you why the Mustang was invented and how we play it. He started this thing, to give you a little preview, as a way to kind of tweak the Horseman, right? But the Horseman is called the hedgeless Horseman. This thing is all hedging, right? So you can't, it's not the same thing. That's why I proposed a new name for it. You'll see that Skill, as always, does a lot of work to kind of make sure everything kind of matches up and fits into like a unicorn type of thing. So we'll let him come on tomorrow morning, talk about the why, tell me where the bets go. I'll lay it out here and we'll play it out. So that's tomorrow with Skill and Luck. So be here or be there or be square, I guess, right? And remember, I can't fly a helicopter either, right? I think I've always said this, like going through life without a net is what makes life, right? So that's the spirit of this quote here is that, like, live your life, go try things out. You may not be the greatest at it. You may not know what the hell you're doing, but get out there and give it a shot, right? Take the shot. I'd rather take the shot than watch the shot go by. That's just how I feel about things. So, all right. Have a good Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Love y'all and God bless. Bye.